Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hotzeiti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
We're going to turn to page 158 as you're turning. This is a song where we celebrate freedom and how wonderful it is to live in a community, despite everything, that we can come here, we can worship the way that we want, we can pray. It doesn't always feel like freedom all the time. Freedom's a complicated word. I'm going to read this poem that I wrote years ago in Thailand, and it was about kind of this experience of birds being trapped, and what does it mean to have freedom? It's called freedom. By the big Buddha in Bangkok, we set the birds free. I did it because I felt sorry for them, not for the luck. One small bird would not fly. He sat in the dry, brittle grass, fidgeting. You went to see what was wrong. I was skeptical. I thought the birds were trained to go back to the old woman who sold us the cage. For you, it didn't matter. Life was upon us, and you had to take the joy in it. Your smile as big as Buddha's gold. Later on the bus over to Siem Reap with the driver honking at peasants, I thought of the birds and was happy we set them free, even if they had just returned to the cage, even if a few small birds would never fly away at all. To freedom in whatever way we can find it, and we'll sing this to the High Holiday melody, just to get us used to tonight, tomorrow night, Saturday night. We'll do it, and as we lead into High Holidays.
Mi chamolcha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamolcha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'eli anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar ki vada Adonai et Yaakov u'ga'alo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch ata Adonai Baruch hu u'varuch shemo Ga'al Yisrael. Amen. I think they're all ready for Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, they're all ready, right? You guys are. I'm going to invite you to rise, page 164 if you're able. We have our silent meditation, which goes through page 180. Feel free to pray in the Hebrew or the English, or just your own private thoughts and prayers. And whenever you're ready, you may be seated. Before we sing the Yoseh Shalom on 180, Whenever I do the Amidah by myself, and I have my own way of doing it, I always stand by the bricks over here and kind of admire the way that they jut out. It seems there's intentionality. It's supposed to feel uneven, kind of like the Western Wall. It's supposed to have that feel. So a while back, I was thinking about a child who said they wanted to climb that wall. There's a poem that I wrote about this. It's called Jacob's Ladder. The back wall of our sanctuary is laid with bricks, some flat and some jutting out like fleeing rocks waiting to be pushed back in. The original architects wanted to display a message of human fallibility and broken spirits returning home. I've stood for years staring at the fraying bricks, seeking out a message beyond the wall's uneven appearance. A child recently came up to me with her own idea of what the wall meant. She saw a perfect place to climb, imagining their feet balanced on each outstretched crevice. During services, as the adults prayed, she would picture herself leaping one raised brick to another until she reached the top. Now I no longer see just the messiness of the human design, but a ladder that, when ascended, could help all of us find our way to God. Oseh Shalom, page 180.
Oseh Shalom bimramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh Shalom bimramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen.
Let's turn to page 371, our prayer for healing. We had a lot of names on our list, and we did pare it down. So if we made a mistake in any way, as I read the list, please feel free, call our office again, and we'll get it listed. Just sometimes names stick there, and then we're here for a long time, and maybe the person's doing okay. So if you do notice, please forgive us in advance. As a community, we are thinking about Nancy Adler, Cecil Ammerman, Carol Boda, Hope Bongiorno, Jeff Brody, Susan Carroll, Sheldon Cohen, Tanaya Drofich, Kenny Duval, Tina Ferruta, Aaron Glavin, Adrian Graber, Ernie and Carolyn Grosser, Aaron Hamilton, Hillary Hurwitz, Stephen Hurwitz, Granger Hugh Kelly, Ryan Johnson, Diane Lansing, Susan Lasky, Gail Lewis, Robin Lewis, Lynn Longo, Robert McCoy, Jeff Morris, Pamela Niggett, Carol Parise, Tamara Ratino, Candy Rodriguez, Sarah Korn Rothschild, Roz Silver, Russ Steinberg, Irv Sugar, Gloria Tatuski, Adam Timlin, Andrew Tufts, Isaac Webb, Gail Willig Smith, Fred Weiner, Gail Zaretsky, Avram Moshe, Carla Batchana, and Chan Ezer Ben Shul. If there's other names, we'll go around.
Nancy Loco Mariani, Anthony Mariani, Kat Mariani, Phil Mariani. Stephen Bernstein, Herb Shearer, and Joan Wright. Aaron Shabbat, Jared Richard, Alana Stephen.
Bethany Friedlander and Danielle Weinstein.
Marilyn Lou and Bernie Butler.
Enter Franken there. Oh, it's hearing all these names, a lot of familiar names today. So I'm sending a lot of prayers out. We'll collect them in our hearts. Did you have more to add? Okay. Page 371.
Misheberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Complete healing of body and soul. May all of our prayers go out to where they're needed, so that those people here among us and also in the larger world feel comfort, feel that they're not alone, and may they be protected and healed. And we say, Amen. So many things that we do here in a community, we do for others like that. We're holding in our hearts someone, it matters. It helps to create our community, helps set the tone of a caring community that we are, and makes our commitment to make sure that people really aren't alone. All right, I'm going to tell you about an experience that I think you probably all have had recently. You're talking on the phone, and suddenly part of the phone conversation cuts off, and then you catch it back a second later. Anyone have this experience on a Zoom call? Maybe it's you that are talking, you don't even realize. So my least favorite thing to do on Zoom, and I've noticed there's a lot, the Zoom screen will say instability. And suddenly you think, am I talking for no reason? You have the most amazing conversation, and you realize no one has heard anything you've said. There's something that really is jarring, especially when you're in the middle of a conversation. Maybe it's really important, maybe it's heated, maybe it's a conversation you need to know all the details, and it sounds like one of those old TVs where the reception falls off and the antenna on the roof is not working correctly. And as human beings, I think it gets to us, I think that was one of the reasons that during the pandemic, it was so hard to be on Zoom for a long time. There's something, it's not exact connection. And there's always that missing. And you always wonder, am I being understood? Are people understanding me? Am I understanding others? I know it's whenever we watch TV in our house, the kids will say something and Cheryl will say, can you rewind that? It's wonderful technology today that we can actually go back. But part of it is, how do we sit with that? I try actually to have a spiritual practice of realizing that it's okay not to do everything. It's okay. As long as I get more or less what's said, then I'm probably not. Does anyone, you have that experience? Do you ask to repeat? So maybe it depends on how much information you received. And it could be life-threatening, so if you need information, you're not getting it. And of course, the whole other level is AI. Is this even the voice that you're talking to? Nowadays, I was talking to someone, I said, how do I know this is you? They said, good Shabbos. So I said, okay, it must be the right person. There's an experience I'm going to tell you about in the Torah reading that's kind of been nagging at me. It's been nagging at the Jewish soul. It's sort of like those experiences where you almost have it. You have it on the tip of the tongue. But each time you think you have it, you don't know. Because we're talking about a tradition that's thousands of years ago, and there is no one to ask except for God. And God's probably not going to tell you. You can ask, there's a lot of ideas, but we have no idea. And there was an experience I had in my household that some people in this room, younger people, will appreciate, and they'll understand this a lot better than me. But it was happening a lot. This one phrase, it was just said over and over again. I had no idea what it's talking about. It's some secret code that young people have to confuse adults. And the cue is, out of nowhere, I'll just be listening, especially my youngest will say, 6-7! Does anyone, you know this, right? She knows what this is. What is 6-7? Do you know? What is it? Because has anyone heard this as adults? You have to hear this, because if you don't know, you're going to fall into the same trap. Does 6-7 mean anything? It doesn't mean anything. It's just a number. Okay, tell me. We needed a young person to consult about this. Yeah. Yeah, there was some song about a basketball player that was 6'7", I guess, a rap, and then it became viral. And everyone says this. Do you say this? Have you said this? Yeah. And my son tries to trick us. He says, "What's Sheva?" In Hebrew. 6-7. 6-7! Everything's like an opportunity. And here I thought, this whole time, well, it must be code for something. I don't know what he's talking about, but it must be something. I finally asked this week. And I find out it doesn't mean a single thing. It's just a fun thing to say, right? It's really fun. It's enjoyable. You could try it. 6-7. See, it's like fun. 6-7. Yeah. It's fun. And now a couple weeks ago, I told you about this K-pop demon hunters, so you don't get in trouble when you hear this crazy music. You don't know what. And sure enough, by the way, I talked about it, and we had a bat mitzvah party that Saturday night, and half of the songs that they were playing was from this K-pop demon hunters. And I said, "See, I told you, I'm going to teach you guys something." But I was thinking about it, that it's actually kind of a profound lesson. It's about sitting with something that makes no sense. And so let me tell you what the thing in the Torah is, and Harvey will appreciate it. The Torah portion, Ki Tavo, is about bringing the first fruits. And the very beginning of the portion is extremely important because the entire Passover Seder in the Haggadah is based on this section. So if you read the Haggadah, this text is quoted. We don't know why it's quoted. Again, there's a lot of confusing. But it begins with, so the person comes, brings their fruit. And I love it. I mean, we love fruit, right? I mean, and the priests, they need fruit. So you bring your first fruit from the first year of the trees. You don't get to enjoy it. You have to bring it and offer it to the priests. They take it, they accept it. And then you are supposed to say this section of text wrote back to them. And it begins with the most confusing words that ever were in Hebrew. Arami, Oved, Avi. Right? You know it by heart. If you see it in the Seder, you'll see it in the Passover Seder. It'll be translated in one of two ways because we have zero idea of actually what it's referring to. We have no idea. Arami, Arameans. We know that. Okay? Why an Aramean? We don't know that. Oved, it could be two things. It could be destroyed or lost. Okay? And Avi, we know my father. So it's either my father, Avi, was a wandering Aramean, maybe referring to Jacob, or my father was destroyed by an Aramean. And if you look in a Haggadah, which you can check your Haggadah, I think they usually say wandering. That's probably the normal one. It's going to offer one of those. We have no idea what it means. I guess we would say it was Jacob and Lavan and the story in Genesis that's confusing. But we actually have no idea what they were intended. And suddenly when my son said 6-7, I said, finally, after all these years, I figured it out. It doesn't mean a single thing. All these years I've been staring at it, and it is code for nothing. It's just fun to say. Armi Aved Avi, Armi Aved Avi. It's an alliteration. You can see it, olive, olive, olive. There's something poetic about it, but literally it might not mean anything. And I never ever thought about that possibility until this. I I never realized that we intentionally confuse each other. All right, so let's get back to real life here. We're entering high holidays. We have Slichot Saturday night. We have Rosh Hashanah coming up on the following Monday. This is the time we want clarity. We want things to make sense. We want to come into the new year, a good, sweet year, a year that we can understand. Out there, we can't understand. How many of you pick up your social media? I have no idea what's going on in a day. I literally don't know what's going on in the world because every single person, there isn't even one standard news story that anyone can agree on. If I ask each and every single person here what the most important news story of the day, maybe you'd say the terrible assassination of Kirk in Utah, but there could be 10 other stories that wouldn't even be on anyone else's news feed. We all have different senses of the world. The world is chaotic and confusing. We come in here to make sense of it. I'm going to try to make sense of it in my words during the holidays. But I have some bad news for you. We can't make sense of it. The world is too confusing. We have to be willing to sit in the discomfort, not realize, not fully being willing to know that some of it's nonsense, some of it's intentionally trying to obfuscate and confuse us. Some of it, we will never know what it really means. It's like that one movie that I watched to the very end, but the video cut off years ago. I think it was The Color Purple, and I never saw the last 6 minutes of it. I still never have seen it. That's just the state we have to be in. We have to sit with uncomfort, and maybe that's what it is. I talked about in my Torah thoughts that we were looking for the Torah portion last week, and I realized there's 6 fake outs. Words that start exactly like the words from this week's Torah portion, several paragraphs, several chapters earlier. It's like, what is going on? There is confusion. And it's okay. It's okay not to know. It's okay to have incomplete. Let's just be willing to sit with that and that discomfort. And maybe that's just the lesson. We'll never know. We will never know the true reason. We can't go ask anyone. Until we go to heaven, maybe we can ask God. I don't know. You can choose. If you have one question, maybe that's the one you ask. But let's just be willing to kind of sit. I'm going to try to sit in it. Try to sit in it. It's uncomfortable, but we'll try our best in this time. To better times that we can understand a little more. And to more wonderful expressions like 6, 7 that completely full adults. Okay, we're ready for Aleinu. Page 586, and I have Joe Glickman up here, who's our wonderful synagogue president, and has graciously offered to permanently open our ark. We rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shapeach la'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Next time you'll see we'll have high holidays. You may be seated. We were all these things that get done, all the little elves. Sonia Sugarman was in polishing all of our sugar. Polishing all our silver. I don't know where that came from. Okay. And someone, probably Todd, will put up our high holiday curtains there. Okay, we're going to turn to page 598. Appreciate there's a number of people here observing a yard site. And this is an important space to really honor those we love that are no longer here. We have the wonderful lights on the side that will all be lit during Yom Kippur on our recent passing. And actually, Joe was telling me that he's going to memorialize his first cousin. That's this coming weekend. We are thinking about, as a community, Jerome William Atkin, Gabriel J. Ferber, Lenore Levy, Elaine Newberg, William Ostroff, and Muriel Savitt, who died in the last month. On our yard site list from years past, Ariel Goldstein-Benz, Max Berger, Marcy Berzone, Raymond D. Bluestein, Isabella Cohen, Alec Cohen, Manya Dudek, Shane Ferguson, Shlomo Finkel, Sarah K. Foreman, Ida Friedman, Harry Gish, Rose Gottlieb, Harold Addison Hawkins, Robert Hale, Alfred Hirsch, Morris L. Horowitz, Morris Iskowitz, Phyllis Jazak, Stephen B. Katz, Elizabeth Kessler, Samuel Kushner, Fruma Lerman, Norma Levine, Lilo Lindenfeld, Nicholas Lowinger, Frank Markowitz, Louis Mossmand, Lionel Nosenchuk, Lillian Nussbaum, Sarah Olbert, Beatrice Perlstein, Bernard Pollock, Irving Proper, Ida Reback, Deborah Schiller, Nathan Schneider, Lita Shunk, Gertrude Sloan, Harry Smith, Molly Morris Smith, Leah Sugar, Florence Taxon, Jeffrey Tenzer, Jacob Ungerleader, Stanley Warsaw, and Colette Zappia. All those, sorry, if there's any other names that we haven't mentioned, just raise your hand, yeah. Bobby Glickman as well. All those whose custom it is to rise, page 598. Please join with me. Yid Gadal, Yid Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yalma Divrach, Yiratei, Yamlik Mavutei, V'chayachon of Yamechon, V'chayed of Kol Beit Yisrael, V'galav Yizman Kariv V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Barach, Elam Me'amaya, Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitpahar, Yitramam, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitalev, Yitalal, Shmei L'Kudusha, Barechu, Leila Min Kol Bechata, V'Shirata, Tush Bechata, V'Nechmata, Damiran, V'Yalma, V'Imru, Amen. Yehei Shlam Rabba Min Shemaya, V'Chaim Aleinu V'Yal Kol Yisrael, V'Imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom, V'Imramav, Huya Oseh Shalom, Aleinu V'Yal Kol Yisrael, V'Yal Kol Yishvei Tevel, V'Imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony and high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, and we say, Amen. May be seated, Zikronam Livracha, may their memories always be for blessing. I'm going to invite up Bruce Corr. Sean is not here to give you the intro. We'll have to, what's the song from Cheers?
And Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. Thank you to Rabbi Alex and Harvey Horowitz for our lovely service tonight. And Rabbi made a really, really good point. I don't know about you, but when the high holidays approach, I always look at it as my time that I can go to the rabbi and ask him a question and get wisdom. And clearly, we're totally out of luck. It's going to be, I don't know, we don't know, we're not sure, but he'll bluff his way through. Thank you to our service greeters tonight, Diane Gordon and Maureen Seitz. Tomorrow morning, we have Torah study, 9 a.m. It is at Temple Beth Tzedek. It is also via their Zoom. The Shabbat morning service and Kiddush luncheon will be at 10:45 a.m. at Temple Beth Tzedek. We want to thank everyone who volunteered or supported our Shavettas this past week. It was a really big success. This was a very, very successful Shavettas. The next one is Tuesday, September 30th. That, of course, is the day before Kol Nidre. So, the rabbi has suggested we set aside chickens for Kol Nidre dinner, but I think people have other plans.
We're gonna waive the chicken.
We'll waive the chickens. Okay, there we go. Huh?
Slug and Kaporis.
That's the waive.
Okay, I'll be looking for that. All this month, our Tikkun Olam team is collecting items for the High Holiday Food Drive, which is really, really important. We have been doing this for many, many years, and we come up with a lot of food that used to go to the food bank, now it goes to Feed More, and it really helps people in Western New York. The need has just continued to increase, so whatever you can bring, please do so. And of course, you'll be going home from Rosh Hashanah services with an empty bag that you can fill up and bring back on Yom Kippur, and please feel free to fill other bags as well. That's going to be going on the entire month, that collection. The women of Shir Shalom are busy putting together Rosh Hashanah bags, gift bags, for the members of our community who can't necessarily get here. They're going to be here this Sunday at noon in the temple kitchen. If you can pack or deliver bags, please talk to Jackie Korchowski. This Sunday is a big, big day at Temple. It is opening day of our religious school. Last Sunday was opening day of Bill's season. This Sunday is opening day of religious school season. Doesn't quite affect as many people, but it's just as exciting. Our school has a new name, Buffalo Community of Learning, BCOL. And this Sunday is opening day. It is not too late to register. Our religious school director, Inav Simons, and our education committee, they've put together a really interesting curriculum and have lots of interesting things planned for this year. So it's going to be an exciting year for the religious school, and it all starts this Sunday. Remember, if you have not gotten a High Holiday ticket yet, you do need to be in good standing in order to receive them. They were mailed last week. If you have any questions, call the temple office or chat with Joanne. Tomorrow night, as the rabbi mentioned, we have Slichot. It is at Temple Beth Tzedek for a joint program there. It begins at 8:15 tomorrow night. There will be Havdalah and wine tasting paired with self-reflection, followed by a musical Slichot service at 10 o'clock p.m. RSVP to Temple Beth Tzedek. The cost is only $5 a person, and we hope to see you there. Speaking of meals, break fast will be Thursday, October 2nd, around 7 o'clock p.m. It all depends on him, the exact timing of it. And it's nice to have a break fast again in our building. This one is sponsored by Tara, Stephen, and Sadie Cross, and the Rabbi's Discretionary Fund. Thank you for doing that. It is catered by Johnny C's. Members or anyone that purchased a High Holiday ticket can attend complimentary. Please RSVP to Joanne by the end of September so that we can have an accurate head count. If you need anything at all, please feel free to reach out to the rabbi. Leave the cantor alone this week. Todd, Joe, Joanne, or myself, we are all here for you. Please join us for our Onig. You're sponsoring the Onig too. Oh, wow. The Onig Shabbat, which is sponsored by Charlene Solano and Andy Schneider in honor of their 50th anniversary.
Yom Nision Sameach, Yom Nision Sameach, Yom Nision Sameach, Yom Nision Sameach, Ve'od Harbe Yoter.
Anyway, mazel tov to the two of you for 50 years. How many dogs over 50 years? Okay, how many dogs now? Only one? Oh, okay. Well, you can go out tomorrow and get some more. Okay, great. Shabbat Shalom, yes.
You keep forgetting to mention that this Sunday is the one program between the Gospel and the Men's Club for transgender.
It's not in here. I'm sorry about that. Do you have the particulars on it? Is it in the leaflet? It's not in here at all.
So we have a really great men's group programs combined with Hadassah. It's on Sunday, I think at 9:30, and we have a speaker on.
It's later than usual. I remember seeing
it's
that.
10 o'clock.
There was an email that did go out about it.
Transgender health or something? Yeah, Dr. Burstein's.
She's moderating it. There's guest speakers.
The email just went out, so I'm sorry. Hey, sleep.
Thank you.
We're for
No, thank you for reminding us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
no,
you.
it's important to mention.
And that's this Sunday morning as well. So Shabbat Shalom and go Bills.
Bruce, I don't think you mentioned, Bruce, did you mention next week we have a little different, next week our circumstances for everyone aware, we're going to have a shelter in place drill. You didn't say it. Next Friday night, it'll be, yeah, so we'd like it if you can stay afterwards. We're going to end services more like 7:45. And what we'll do is we're actually going to practice what's going to happen. So Greg, Greg Macy, Brian Macy.
We're always obviously thinking about our safety.
Yeah.
So
So Beth Sedek and us are having the drill next week, and it's just part of life. So just be aware when you come. It is voluntary to be part of, but we'd like you to have experience of that. All right, let's see. Inez, you want to come up and do your bim bam? Should we close with that? I think we can close with that. Inez, and we need little Panina over here. You want to blow your shofar? She's a little too shy. Okay. All right, come on up here. I'm going to help you out. One second. All right, step off of that for 1 second. I'm going to put this down. So, all right, come on up here. And Inez is starting religious school on Sunday. All right, ready? Bim bam,
Bim bim bam.
baby.
Bim 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 bam.
Shabbat.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat
Hey.
Shabbat
Shabbat Shabbat Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Hey.
Shalom.
Hey.
Shalom. Shabbat. Shabbat. Shalom.
Shabbat, Shabbat,
Shabbat
Shabbat,
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat, Shabbat.
Shabbat Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat 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 shalom.
Give me 5.
He-
Oh, here, you need to hold this up. Hold up the challah. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Please return your prayer books to the front minus the leaflets. Shabbat shalom and go Bills!
Go
All
Bills!
right, you got to bring it. We have a
Yeah.
special couple over here. I want you to bring it to. You want to present the challah?
Yeah.
It's their anniversary. Right over here. It's this couple right over here. We're going to give it to this couple.
Hey? Not my choice. Shabbat shalom, Joe.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for joining on the
Very
video.
nice. You did great, as usual.
Some rough edges.
Very enjoyable. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's true.
Get that started.
That's true. It's a lot of great.
I always love it when you get to leave. Usually I get to see you in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, you'll do a service. So I feel
Already on
very,
the schedule this year.
I feel very spoiled. I have to say.
Sorry we didn't do this one.
Anything from that page is my favorite.
nervous about?
She
What
doesn't,
solo?
she doesn't like to go up and she just gets nervous. And
It's been a few
Jessica said the same thing. She was nervous too. So I said, listen, you need some extra oomph. We've got the man that taught me.
Jessica's son's not here.
No, she hasn't been. I forget his name too, but she didn't bring him from Mexico either. So
I didn't know how frum she is, how religious she is. If she came from a very religious family. Why did she join the Reform Service?
I don't know yet either.
Barbara's getting jealous by the minute.
I know she is.
I'm sorry. That was I heard that. I was standing there. She said she got here in 7 minutes.